crowd, Jason.
Excuse me, would you care to dance?
To this?
Yes, this is good.
Just 'cause you play it cool, don't think you got me fooled tonight. Alright. Don't ask me to stay. Don't think you got it made, no, no. You're wrong. 'Cause you can't fake it anymore. I know what you're waiting for. I should turn away and walk right out that door because love is a lie. With that look in your eye, love is a lie. With that look in your eye, so why even try? Just 'cause you play it cool, don't think you got me fooled tonight. Alright. I'm not another of your one-night stands. I'm not another of your so-called plans. This is where the party ends. 'Cause you know what you're waiting for. You can't fake it anymore. I should turn away and walk right out that door because love is a lie. With that look in your eye, love is a lie. With that look in your eye, so why even try? Love is a lie. With that look in your eye, love is a lie. With that look in your eye, so why even try? Now, I don't want to scare you guys, but I'm gonna give it to you straight about Jason. Piz? Hey, Piz, where's the corkscrew? Piz!
Hello, how's everybody doing tonight? Can you guys hear me? Am I coming through loud and clear? Hello, Big Crack Rock. Hello, Movie Music Man 75. Hello, NV Davler over on Twitch. All right, coming through loud and clear. Very cool. All right, let me see. Okay, loud and clear over on YouTube too. Very cool. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me give some shout outs here. Over on YouTube, I have got Joe McKenzie, Jess Graham, Rock Music Forever 90, Mark Striano, Mike Pope, Michael John, Conversations with a Mime, Kelly Herreras. Kelly, I'm sorry, Jeremy is already in bed for the night. Let's see. Horror Fruit. Hello, Horror Fruit. Sean Sr., Ryan Schwartz.
Baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you, kind sir, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Thanks for kicking off a killer weekend in style. Well, thank you for the $10 super chat, man. I appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. Good sir. Tonight we are watching... Hold on just 1 second here. There we go. Okay. Tonight, we are doing a 40th anniversary live commentary for the original Friday the 13th. Now, technically, tomorrow is... Or wait a minute, is it today or is it tomorrow? I was actually thinking that tomorrow was the actual date of the 40th anniversary, but... Yeah, it may not, yeah. So technically tomorrow is the 40th anniversary, but tonight is the only night that I can do this. I can't do it tomorrow. So it's 3 till 12, Big Crack Rock. So it's close where you are then. Very cool. Very cool.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster.
Thank you, Dag Wrench, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Thank you, kind sir. So yeah, tonight seemed like a good night to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the original Friday the 13th, one of my favorite horror movies. With you guys, and I appreciate you guys hanging out. I know Joe Bob is doing his thing over on Shudder tonight also. I always pick the same nights to do these things as Joe Bob when he does his things over on Shudder. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. Gabe, you're skipping Joe Bob for this. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. The Daily Ghost, hello. Somebody's having a birthday today? Joe, it's your birthday today. Well, happy birthday. Jason Roberts. Hello, Jason. How are you doing? Dino Rabbit, hello. Caddyshack turns 40 this year, too. Wow, jeez. Ugh. It's Betsy Palmer Day Eve. Let the other moms have Sunday. I agree, Nico. I agree. Betsy Palmer, the ultimate mother. Sail Away, Tiny Sparrow. What a beautiful song. The Daily Ghost, you're in Seattle. It'll be weird to watch this with the sun still shining. Oh, goodness. Harley's Gaming Channel, hello. I can watch Joe Bob Briggs tomorrow, Dave. You're right on, man. How are you guys doing tonight? You guys doing well? You guys ready for the weekend? How's everything going in y'all's world? It's also Miller time here in Cali. Well, Gabe, I have come prepared, my friend. We have got Big Crack Rock. Thank you for the gifted sub to Envy Davler. Thank you, Big Crack Rock. You're very generous of you, sir. Very, very kind of you. I have actually got some Yinling traditional lager to help celebrate the 40th anniversary of Friday the 13th with you guys. So, cheers to everybody. Good stuff. Yinlin. Good stuff. But thank you for that gifted sub. Very kind of you. Oh, wow. Big Crack Rock, you've gifted a sub to Movie Music Man 7 or 75. Very kind of you, Big Crack Rock. You're awesome, man. Very, very kind of you. Everybody's doing good, looks like. Everybody doing fantastic. Ready for some... You're getting snow tomorrow, Manny? Really? Jeez. I'm doing pretty good, Mark. Hanging in there. Hey, Jesse, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Mrs. Bates was a pretty good mother, even after she died. That's true. That's true. She was a good mother even posthumously. Yeah, Big Crack Rock, man. You're awesome, dude. Johnny Dean, what's up? How's everybody doing? Toronto Freddy. What's up, man? How are you doing? It was the 9th when Friday the 13th originally was released. So we're close. Close. Peter Bark is in the chat over on Twitch. Hello, Peter. How are you doing? Mama says hello. Good. Tell your mother, say hello to your mother for me. Lovely woman, that Mrs. Bark. Lovely woman. The obsoletionist Gibbs is with us tonight. What's up, man? How are you doing? I drank a lot of that while I was out training in Georgia, Gabe. Yinling is the oldest brewery in America. Very nice. Just avoiding people and enjoying time with the family until they decide have to go back to work. I hear you, Jess. Olivia Hussey is my main hot mama. Oh, yeah. Hey, Captain Halloween. What's up, man? So is anybody a Triple OG Banana? Hello. I'm assuming everybody's seen Friday the 13th, the original film, at least once. Is there anybody here who's not seen the film? Will this will this be their first time if they choose to watch along with me? Jeremy open up the lament configuration yet? No. Jeremy knows better than to toy with the lament configuration. He's not messing with that. He loves Pinhead. He just doesn't want to meet him, J. Dog Johnson, hello. In the UK where I live, it's 2 a.m., so it's the anniversary today for you. Well, cool. Horror fruits. Very cool. That's what the weatherman said, not much. Yeah, geez, I can't believe you're going to have snow in May. What part of the world are you in, Manny? Or what part of the country are you in? Jan Man, how are you, buddy? How are you doing? Jeff Sheeran, hello. So, if you guys are interested in watching along with me, I'll give you a couple of minutes to get your copy of the film queued up, and then we'll dive into the original Friday the 13th. Also, it's supposed to snow tomorrow in Massachusetts. Jeez, oh Pete. Just came in at Pinhead Were you talking about Puppet Master? No, Juliet, we were talking about Hellraiser. Supposed to get flurries tomorrow up in Toronto. Horror Nerd 13, what's up, man? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Might get a dusting of snow tonight in Jersey. Oh, I think actually, yeah, I think it's supposed to get down cold. Maybe cold enough to frost here in Kentucky. It's crazy weather for May. This will be the uncut, of course. I will be watching the uncut. Also, where I live, I've gotten snow in late May and early June. Jeez. Aaron Lewis, what's up, man? How are you doing? I was joking about saying the remake was better than the original. I should hope that you were joking. The White Trash Jedi, what's up, man? Yeah, Jeremy and I are doing well. J-Dog, Danielle Harris is your favorite Scream Queen? Well, she's a good one. She is a good one. The first one is the scariest one, you think? I think, I think a lot of people have kind of slept on the original Friday the 13th. You know what I mean? And myself included. I've always thought that it was a good movie, but I never considered it like my favorite Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th is the odd series, that the first entry is not the one that is considered to be the best or considered to be the favorite of the series. But over the past, 3 or 4 years, I've really grown to appreciate the film. I think it's a really well done movie. And I think, I just think Friday the 13th is a great, great movie. That, I don't know. It doesn't get the respect it deserves, even among, fans of the series, really. I've not seen the Wolf Creek TV show on Shudder, Zach. Nothing can top the classics in your book. I agree. Ryan Herman, what's up, man? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Have my 32-inch Sony television on my coffee table, and I'm watching you on my 65-inch Samsung. Nice. Jeez. Interesting. So, Piz, I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of a horror game called Observer? Thank you, TJFF, for the 99-cent super chat. Appreciate that, my friend. No, I've never heard of that. Of Observer, PlayStation 9. Rutger Hauer's in it before he went away. Really? I've never heard of it. Ethan, it's your sixth favorite. Your sixth favorite Friday the 13th movie? The first one is your sixth favorite among all of them. Right? I didn't get an appreciation for part 1 until high school when I found it on VHS at Warehouse Music. Part 8 has always been my favorite just because it was the first Friday the 13th I saw. Oh, that's cool movie music, man. You and Jeremy have that in common. He loves part 8 too. That's his favorite. I've not seen The Harder They Come. The Steelbook, the 40th anniversary Steelbook from Paramount comes out in June. It got pushed back to June. I've not tried any VR at all, Steven. Not at all. We've got 66 people watching on YouTube. If you guys haven't dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I would appreciate it. We've got 23 likes. So if you could drop a like on the stream, I would absolutely appreciate it. And let's see, we've got 5 people watching over on Twitch, so thank you guys for tuning in over on Twitch. I have got my copy of Friday the 13th queued up at the very beginning of the... Actually, I've just got it on the menu. But if you guys are going to watch along with me, get it queued up to the menu, and I'll count down, and we'll get the party started here momentarily. My favorite subgenre of horror is slashers. You watched The Greasy Strangler last night, Aaron, I'm sorry. I wish I could reclaim that time. It was an endurance test. Oh, man. That is... I wish I could unwatch that movie, actually. Oh, goodness gracious. That movie is just... disturbing. Friday the 13th 1 through 4 are my personal favorites. Parts 5 and 6 are good. 7, 8. Yeah, I think the first 4 Friday the 13th, they all have this particular look and feel to them. They're very kind of dark, and they've got that evil, ominous kind of atmosphere. And they all kind of feel like they have a strange, continuity. Like, one sort of follows another as far as, story-wise and just overall look and feel of the movies too, I think. I did see that, Ken. I did watch that video. Tommy Lee Wallace and Sean Clark recreating the shape mask. That was pretty cool. I love how Jason kicks over the boombox in part 8. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Matt. Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why I've developed a new appreciation and love for the original film, was visiting that camp, the Camp Novi Bosco, the filming location a couple of different times. And, I don't know. It's so awesome because the camp has not changed a whole lot. And a lot of the cabins, most of the cabins that were used in the film are still there, still standing. And, just, standing in front of that lake, actually watching the movie in front of the lake at night there at the camp was just an incredible experience.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Let's see. Toronto Freddy, thank you for the $5 Canadian super chat. I appreciate that.
Ooh, baby.
We got another one.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Thank you.
Ooh, baby.
Thank you, Hef TV, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Hef says, ooh, them damn enchiladas. Yes, them damn enchiladas. They always get you. Toronto Freddy said, I sent you a link on Instagram Messenger for Dave McRae's commentary on Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, from Monday night at 7. Hope you'll stop by. Oh, so he's doing a commentary Monday night at 7 for A New Beginning. Yeah, I may stop by that. But thank you, Hef, and thank you, Toronto Freddy. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Why don't people put grease in their... Oh. Can't touch the classic slasher genre. That's correct. That is correct, Mark. I've never seen any of the I've never seen any of the Friday the 13th films. I got big into horror a couple years ago, but I just never got around to this series. Oh, good old movie trailers. Oh. Now is the time to embark.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Thank you, Nightmare Files, for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Very kind of you. But good old movie trailers. Now is the time to embark on the Friday the 13th journey. Are you actually going to be watching the movie along tonight? But thank you again, Nightmare Files. Very generous of you. I appreciate that, man. I really enjoy Jason Goes to Hell. I think it's very underrated. It's in your 5 favorites. Yeah, I like Jason Goes to Hell too. And not just because it has kind of sentimental value, but I don't know. I think it's a fun movie. It's flawed. Yeah, it's flawed, but I like it. I think it's a fun movie. I don't have the uncut version. I wonder what the differences are. Kevin Bacon's death is more graphic in the uncut version. And let's see. You get to see more of Harry Crosby pinned up against the door with all the arrows in him. And I think I'm not sure if that opening kill where the woman gets her throat cut, if that's extended any, but really it's only a few seconds and it's mostly those 2 scenes. Why does Kevin Bacon act like he wasn't in this? He should be proud. Actually, Kevin Bacon does talk about this movie. He's talked about the movie in interviews before. He did there's a YouTube video where he was talking to some magazine and they were discussing some of his more notable roles, and they mentioned Friday the 13th, and he talked about it for several minutes. So, I mean, there was probably a time where he, shied away from questions about Friday the 13th. And I'm sure he's not listed it on his resume in many, many years, but I've seen him talk about it in interviews and stuff. If he would ever do a convention, I mean, it would be huge. It would be huge if he would do a convention, and he'd make a ton of money. Eventually it will happen. Eventually Kevin Bacon will do conventions, I think, or he'll do at least 1 or 2. Matt, what's up? All right, let's go ahead and get the party started here. I've got my copy of the uncut version of Friday the 13th. At the very beginning, it's on play, and I'm going to push the play button here in a moment, and we'll start watching Friday the 13th. Baconator YOLO Swaggins. Thank you for the sub, my friend. That is Mr. Orc. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. I've got Shudder, and I plan on starting a binge later tonight. All of the films on there, since it's the 40th anniversary. I'm finally going to push myself to watch this series. Well, cool, man. I honestly envy you a little bit that you're going to, be discovering the Friday the 13th series. So we'll do, Baconator. I will tell him he is the man. All right, I'm going to count down from 5, and then we'll get the party started here. Let's count down from 3. 5 is just way too long. Right. So in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Friday the 13th. God bless Orc, Borderline 11. You got a fan, Orc. Z Alves joining the gang tonight. Thank you. Here we are, a Sean S. Cunningham film. I love this movie. Yeah, it's kind of odd, Gabe, that Joe Bob's not showing Friday the 13th. Is he not showing Friday the 13th at all? Camp Crystal Lake, 1958. And where they filmed this opening sequence with everybody, around the fireplace singing, that's actually the dining area of the camp. All right, take care, Work, man. Have a good night. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it, man. Hey, Lori Holt, we're doing good. How are you doing? He's showing brain damage. Kentucky and Tennessee all day. Hallelujah. Milk and honey on the other side. Hallelujah. Now, I believe that this lady here, I forget her character name, but I believe she passed away. I remember during the commentary we did over on the Sausage Factory, Peter Brackey had mentioned how he tried to track her and this dude down, but had no luck. Maybe I think it was the guy who actually died in like a car accident. Dante's Modern Life. Hello, how are you? Horror Gal, Susan, what's up? Captain Tim, hello. You said I was special. How many women have fallen for that ruse? But honey, you're special. Baby, you're the one. You know? And what's funny is, since I've been to these locations, it's odd to see how small they are. Because I mean, like where they are here, upstairs here, this is like the garage at the camp. This spot upstairs here is really kind of small and cramped. And to think that they had, the two actors in there, they had, somebody working the camera, they had somebody working like a boom mic up in there all together. It's crazy. How's the weather in Kentucky? It's been kind of cold the last couple of days. It's been in the 30s in Illinois. Jeez. We weren't doing anything. We were just messing around. Oh! He should have been like, but Mrs. Voorhees, you're special, baby. You're the one, Maybe that could have got him out of it. Yeah, and to think like she's, because this is such a little cramped space. What's my timestamp? Hold on, I'll tell you. Five minutes and 27 seconds. The Friday the 13th logo has just burst through the glass, the window, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it stayed around 50 and rained most of the day, and around here too, Big Crack Rock. It was it rained. It came a pretty darn good rain today. I actually went through the drive-thru at KFC to get Jeremy his mashed potatoes and gravy. God, he loves that stuff. And as soon as I got there to the drive-thru to roll my window down, it just started pouring. And so I was like trying to yell through the rain while getting pelted with rain to the woman in the in the drive-thru, like, I want a tenders meal with an extra side of green beans. My favorite Friday the 13th film is part 5. I mean, I love that movie. I love that movie. That's my favorite. But I think part 4 is is like part 4 is like the perfect slasher movie, in my opinion. It's just got all the elements. And again, part 1, I think is, it's right up there, close to being, it's in my top, I don't know. I think a lot of people sleep on this movie, and it's extremely well made. And what's funny is Blairstown here, which is where Annie's walking through right now. It looks pretty much exactly the same now as it did back in 80. Like that bank is still there. The walkthrough that she walks through is still there. It looks exactly the same. It's also a really beautiful area. In that part of Jersey. It's really beautiful. Adam JM618, what's up? Yes, my KFC has French fries, Jesse. They used to have like tater wedges. Now they just have regular French fries. Like this whole area here where she's walking down the street here, it's like exactly the same. And basically what she did, like when you watch her walk through that underpass kind of thing next to the bank, she's walking down the street this way. And then before she walks into this diner here, she's actually walking the other way. So she would have met herself in the middle of that little block in Blairstown. It's funny how they shot that. Oh, thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. Exactly, Big Crack Rock, yeah. She was having trouble hearing me, and I had to get, Jeremy's side of green beans. Because he loves the green beans from KFC, and he loves the mashed potatoes and gravy. You're going to Camp Blood, ain't ya? Ah, Ralph. What a great character. You'll never come back again. It's got a death curse. Yes, the movie has started. Rock music forever. We're still kind of at the beginning, though. So you're here just in time. Yeah, the final chapter does have a great cast. Brian Trash, what's up? 1 and 2 are your favorites, horror films. Love the mood, atmosphere, and locations. Yeah, I agree. Great atmosphere, great locations. Friday 7 has repeated. Friday 7 after repeated viewings has really grown on you, Nico. I like Friday 7. It's got its flaws, but that was the very first one I ever saw. So, but I don't know. I always had a soft spot for Lar Park Lincoln. Hey, Brian, what's up, man? How are you doing? Need to make a Bojangles run. We've got a Bojangles here, too. But Jeremy's a KFC kind of guy. Thoughts on Jason X? I'm not a big fan of Jason X. I've not watched it in its entirety in a long time, but it's just, I don't know. Just has this very cheap, generic kind of look and feel to it. And, I don't know. I should revisit it. Is the Death Curse guy in Christine too? No, that's not the same guy, Jeff. Two different people. That's true, Matt. There probably isn't. But at the same time, that town, Blairstown, looks pretty much exactly the same as it did. Yes, Big Crack Rock. Yes. Jason X feels like a Sci-Fi Channel movie. It does, absolutely. Absolutely. I've been to the Moravian Cemetery there in Hope, too. What's funny is they make it look like this cemetery is like out in the middle of nowhere, but like it's pretty much just down the street from Blairstown. And like this shot is really tight. There may not have been as big a residential area there at the time, but now, I mean, there's like there's a big residential area right across the street from that cemetery now. Hi, Anthony. What's up, man? How are you doing? I mean, if Jason X feels like they went to like just one of those really bad Sci-Fi Channel, sci-fi shows and just used their sets during their off season and didn't change anything, or just like, let's just shoot this thing here. And you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Not a fan of Jason X. You have a new appreciation for Friday the 13th, A New Beginning since following me. Well, cool, Dave. That's cool, man. Jason X is your least favorite. Jason X is your least favorite too, Susan. It's got some good, I don't know. That banjo, I know, man. It's a rockin' banjo. One thing I really do like about this movie is I think it's really well written as far as the characters and the dialogue and stuff. Because, I mean, you really get a sense of who each of these characters are, so that, when they do die horribly, you kind of feel, it's kind of like, oh, they didn't deserve that, I really dislike Freddy versus Jason. Really dislike Freddy versus Jason. The actor who drove the hitchhiker to Crystal Lake would have been 100 this year. Wow. But I'm really not a fan of Freddy versus Jason. Now, what's interesting is that this cabin is the only cabin that is not still standing at the camp today. That cabin that she's nailing the gutter on, it fell in many, many years ago. So that's like the only screen used cabin in the movie that's no longer at the camp today. All the rest of them still there, still standing.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh.
Thank you, Gabe. Thank you, Gabe, for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate that, man. Very generous of you. Happy anniversary. Cheers, Friday the 13th fans. Cheers to you, Piz and Jerry. Yes, cheers to you, Gabe. Appreciate that, man. Very kind of you. So there's one Yinling down. Also keep in mind that our final girl here, she's not virginal. She's clearly not a virgin because her and Steve Christie did something together last night that gave her access to him, sleeping in his bed so she could paint that picture of him. And I think Alice is kind of a slept on final girl too. Yes, Adrienne King. And she is so nice and so sweet. I've met her a couple of times, and she's just the nicest, sweetest person. She loves her fans, and so nice and sweet. Oh, well, we've got 92 people watching on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I'd appreciate it. We've got 52 likes on the stream right now. But thank you guys for tuning in. We've got 6 people watching over on Twitch also, so thank you guys for tuning in over on Twitch. I enjoy Friday the 13th a lot more than the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I do too. My series has always been Friday the 13th. Even back in the day when Nightmare on Elm Street was a lot more popular, I still, waved the flag for Friday the 13th. And what's funny is, as hugely popular as Nightmare on Elm Street was back in the day, I mean, where is it now? It's completely, the popularity for Friday the 13th is expanded exponentially. The popularity of Nightmare on Elm Street has declined. Any horror movies have a final guy instead of a final girl? Yeah. Of course, Tommy Jarvis is probably the most famous final guy from 4, 5, and 6. I'm trying to think of others that have final guys. And, well, of course, Reggie the Reckless, final guy, also from Part 5. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, of course, had the final guy. You know what I mean? Part 3 had a final guy. Not a solo final guy, but, a final guy nevertheless. You're no sweetheart. You're beautiful when you're angry.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster.
Flicky Gaming, thank you for subscribing. All Friday the 13th actors except for Corey Feldman are awesome. Any truth to the rumors of a new Friday the 13th box set this summer? Just rumors and speculation at this point. Part 9 had a final guy. Yes, DJ, you are correct. John D. LeMay. We're almost at the part here where Annie dies. And every time I watch this movie, I think back upon the first time I watched this movie. I felt so bad for her when she died. Because, she just seems like such a nice, sweet girl. And you know what I mean? She just wants to work with kids, and she loves kids, and she's just a sweet, girl. And then, of course, when she gets her throat slit, oh my God. I just remember watching that for the first time, and I'd never seen an effect like that. It looked so real, and I just my jaw just hit the floor. And even today, even under the scrutiny of high definition, you can see that like the skin color, is different around the appliance, but it just looks so good, No more new box sets, please. Not even if they do 4K for all the films? Yinlin number 2. Yes, Adrienne King does make her own wine. I've not had any. Would I say part 5 and 6 as a final go, Tom? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Daily Ghost. Yeah, poor Annie here. Just such a nice, sweet girl. I mean, really, all the characters in this movie are they're likable characters. And I think they're really well written and well acted, and yeah, that's just one of the reasons, one of the many reasons I really like this movie. Oh, still just looks so good. And she sells it so well too, Oh, such a good effect. Such a good, simple, Tom Savini effect. As told by Gonzo, what's up, man? How are you doing? You think we'll ever get a 4K release of TCM 74 here in America? Yeah, I think eventually we will, sure. I absolutely think we will. But how you doing tonight, Gonzo? Is there a difference between the regular Night of the Demons Blue and the 4K scan steelbook? I would just think slightly better picture quality. Did I ever play the Friday the 13th, the game for Friday the 13th? Oh yeah, Ethan, I played it a lot. Yeah. It was one of the most fun and frustrating games I've ever played. Oh, Nettie. Chris Overholtz, how are you doing? You have the German 4K release of TCM? I've not picked it up. When I was at the camp the last time, everybody was sitting around in front of the lake waiting for it to get dark so that we could watch Friday the 13th. And they were throwing this thing around. It was a weird little, it was a microphone, but it was inside this cube, and they were throwing it around to people. And to ask questions of Harry Manfredini and Ron Milkey. And I got the microphone, and I said, I'm just going to say what everybody here is thinking. Kevin Bacon's Blue Speedo. And I thought that it would get a really big laugh, but it didn't. It really didn't get that big of a laugh until this scene in the movie where we get a close-up of Kevin Bacon's Blue Speedo. And then everybody kind of was like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, funny. So, did not quite get the initial reaction that I had expected. Went over like a fart in church. A little bit, yeah. Yeah. We're on to the snake scene now. Poor Snake. You guys know the story behind the snake scene, right? Like the guy, the snake was like a guy's pet or something. I don't know. It was like, maybe it was one of the, I don't remember who it was. But he brought it to the set for the purposes of this scene, but he didn't know that they were going to kill it. They didn't tell him that they were going to kill it. So they killed his pet snake. I just thought that's really, just mean. Harry Crosby, the son of Bing Crosby. I don't think he did very much after this movie. And apparently he's somebody who just does not want to talk about Friday the 13th, unfortunately. Poor Snake. Oh. And like, I mean, where was the Humane Society? You know, were they not was PETA not represented on this set? You know? Oh.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Ah, Dave Vanderhoff, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that, my friend. Just want to say thank you for the amazing content you put out on your channel and your live streams here. Some money for your next Yinling 6-pack. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Very, very kind of you. Thank you, Dave. And Dave, cheers. I love this scene. This is so funny. Ron Milky is so funny. Can it, coaches? That was when I met Ron Milky. I had him right on my poster to Justin. What you been smoking, boy? Well, there's some crazy people around here. Janine Taylor, who plays Marcy, I've always thought she was really super, super cute. And again, just another really, you know, nice girl. Doesn't deserve what happens to her. But I mean, that's part of like the, you know, I don't know. They sort of marketed this film as like, you know, come see 13 of the most graphic murders you've ever seen. That's a horrible story. Poor Snake, I know. You met Ron Milky at a convention. He was great. He signed your DVD. Yeah, he is really cool. He was a lot of fun. Him and he and Harry Manfredini, they just kind of put on this show for us at the camp the last time while we were waiting for the sun to go down. And the two of them were just kind of riffing off each other and riffing off the crowd, and it was pretty entertaining. He's a funny guy. I'm a messenger of God. You're doomed if you stay here. Every slasher movie needs a crazy Ralph. I mean, come on. About the snake, that really pisses me off. Why would they kill an animal on screen? Again, I don't think there was any PETA representation to make sure that no animals were harmed during the making of this film. Now, what's funny here is this road that Crazy Ralph is biking down, or this little, yeah, that road leads to nowhere. So in reality, he would have just driven right off into the lake there behind the boathouse. Do I actually buy Betsy Palmer doing all the killings? Of course. Mr. Ch- did you watch the Friday the 13th on location DVD I sent you? Filmed back. Yes, I watched quite a bit of it. The snake's in snake heaven now. It's just a beautiful looking movie too. I mean, the cinematography's fantastic. And like these little moments like this with Janine Taylor talking to Kevin Bacon and telling her about, her dreams and stuff. That would be cut out of a movie today. If they made Friday the 13th today, that scene would be cut out in an instant. There's no way that scene would have made it, you know what I mean, into the final film. I think my internet may have dropped a little bit, but I think we're back up and running here. Did anybody have any issues there for a second? Looks like everything's looking good over on Twitch and on YouTube. But we've got 95 people watching right now on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I would appreciate it. And we've got 6 people watching on Twitch. Thank you. It was out on Twitch for like 5 seconds. Okay. And like this poor guy here, Nettie. I mean, poor Lovelorn. He's the funny guy, but he's not, not funny enough to, to have a lady, you know what I mean? He's that typical third wheel kind of guy. And that scene's kind of creepy too. I mean, we don't see him die, but you just know something really bad has happened to him. Smooth sailing on YouTube. Good. Froze for a bit. Okay. YouTube's a little better about when you have like internet issues or whatever when it comes to streaming than Twitch. Twitch just kind of drops the stream completely out, whereas YouTube sort of keeps it running. But looks like we're good on both YouTube and Twitch. I like your shirt, Piz. That an Alice Cooper Friday the 13th shirt? No, this is just Friday the 13th shirt. I think it's some artwork for the film. I don't know who does the artwork. It's a shirt I found on TeePublic, and I thought it looked cool. So I bought it. It's actually in my TeePublic store. So if you guys are interested in purchasing this shirt, it's available in my TeePublic store. The thing that always strikes me about the first Friday is how well paced it is and how great it is at building dread before the wheels come off. Exactly, Nico. Exactly. Very, very well said. Very, very well said. I saw somebody earlier in the chat said that they thought the film was slow. I don't think the film is slow at all. I think the pacing for this film is just perfect. And the movie does an excellent job of just building on that tension, and you know what I mean? Like you said, Nico. And also something that my buddy Lorne pointed out to me while watching this movie is how, as the movie goes along, the shots get tighter and tighter and tighter. Whereas in the beginning there was a lot of wider angle shots, but then as the movie goes on, it just gets tighter and tighter. I think that's really cool too. That's something I'd never really paid attention to. You know, I've seen this movie I don't know how many times, but I never really paid attention to that. Have I ever seen The Final Girls? Nope, I've not seen The Final Girls, Mr. Shatsy. Is it good? Kids these days have no patience. That's true. That's true. They really don't. That's like what I was saying. Like that dialogue scene between Kevin Bacon and Janine Taylor. Today, that scene would be cut out of the movie immediately because it'd be like, well, what does this scene have to do with anything? It doesn't do anything for the plot. There's no exposition. It's just her talking about her dreams. It's just a charactery moment. They'd cut that out immediately. But, you know, great little sequences like that really let you know who these characters are. So that when they die, you go, oh, that sucks. They didn't deserve that. So when she gets an axe slammed into her face, you go, God, that's awful. She didn't deserve that. What a horrible way to die. Who is my favorite final girl in Friday the 13th or just overall? Chris, Crystal Lake Counselor, 1977. Hello, Piz. Happy 40th anniversary. Can't wait till the media book comes out. Yes. You mean the steel pack? The metal pack that's coming out in June. Is that what you're talking about? I've got that one pre-ordered. Yes, I've seen Lady in White, K-Dog. I've seen it a couple of times. Good movie. What if Ethel was Crazy Ralph's wife? Good possibility. It's a very good possibility that he was Ethel's wife and Junior's father. And this lady here, she passed away. What was her name? Laurie Bartram. Yeah, she passed away. Ooh, very baby, unfortunately. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Thank you, Chucky Yeet, for the $1.99 super chat. Much obliged, my friend. Thank you. I'm here late, but what's your favorite kill from Friday the 13th? Oh, man. I mean, the first one that jumps to mind is the sleeping bag kill from part 7. That's a great kill. But I don't know. I mean, I still think that opening just throat slashing from this film is just so good and effective. When Annie gets the axe in her head, I mean, or in her face, that looks fantastic. The part 4, the guy who gets the spear gun in the groin and he's lifted up with the spear gun while it's in his groin. Every time I watch that one, I just cringe. That's such a, oh God. Ugh. So those are some of my favorite ones. I don't know if I could pick a favorite one. The Final Girls is a spoof of 80s slashers. It's funny. I have to look into it. I've not seen it. You love the wheelchair kill from part 2. Yeah, such a mean-spirited kill. No, we're still watching the movie, Chris. We're how far into the film are we? 41 minutes and 6 seconds in. Kevin Bacon is about to meet his demise. Jason X sleeping bag kill and the frozen face kill. Those are good. The storm in this is like a cover or aid to Mrs. Voorhees, making the killer like a force of nature. Yeah, that's true. Johnny Bill Yeager, your ranking 52641. Freddy vs. Jason 37x8 goes to hell. Cool. Dino Rabbit, your ranking is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the rest. Yes, that's correct. Dave, the guy who gets the spear gun in the groin, is the lead in Neon Maniacs. I love Neon Maniacs. I love Neon Maniacs. Kevin Bacon was also in Hollow Man. Yeah, I like Hollow Man. I've not seen it in a long time, but I like it. Guys, I tell you what, I am going to pause the film for just a second. Let me give you guys a timestamp for all of you guys who are coming in maybe a little bit late. I am at 42 minutes and 46 seconds. So for those of you guys who are showing up a little bit late, 42 minutes, 46 seconds in the uncut Friday the 13th, I'm going to make a bathroom run and grab another Yinling, and I will be back momentarily. All right, I am back. Sorry about that, guys. My curse when it comes to drinking beer is having to go to the bathroom a lot. So, all right, we are at 42 minutes and 46 seconds in the film. So hopefully this little respite gave you guys time to kind of get, if you're coming in late or if you need a timestamp, that's where we are. 42 minutes and 46 seconds in the uncut Friday the 13th. So I'm going to start the film back in 3, 2, and 1. And perfect timing because we're about to watch Kevin Bacon bite the dust. And there he goes. Oh. Nice kill. Nice kill. Roy's leather strap kill. That's a good one. That's an interesting one. I where that one came from, I have no idea. Let's see. What did I miss? So how old would Jason be? How old would Jason be looking on from afar as these events take place? Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Just don't think about that. Just don't think about that. Now this shower area here, they actually created that for the movie. This was just another cabin. They took the beds out and created these stalls here and the shower area for the movie. And the last time I went to the camp, they actually recreated this with the stalls and the shower area, which was kind of cool. No, I did not. I didn't start it. Did I start it again? What do you mean? It's not started from the beginning again, but I did start the movie where I left off. Yes. And yes, Mr. Shatsy, R.I.P. Betsy Palmer. I wish I would have met Betsy Palmer. I would have loved to have met her. I had the opportunity in 2008. I didn't know I had the opportunity in 2008, but she was at a convention in Lexington, Kentucky. I didn't know about it until after the fact, but would have loved to have met her. That's right, Jason doesn't age. That's true. I wish one of the sequels would have returned to this location. Well, actually, Jason, for a long, long time, the camp did not want any connection to Friday the 13th. They've only really embraced Friday the 13th here over the past few years, because before then they would tell their counselors and stuff, don't mention Friday the 13th, don't tell anybody that Friday the 13th was filmed here. If anybody asks you if Friday the 13th was filmed here, you tell them no. So it's really only been over the past few years that the camp has really embraced Friday the 13th. Al from Russia. What's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Who do you think is the strongest, Jason? Oh, good question. What do you guys think? Here comes the axe to the face. Oh. Such a mean kill, but such a great effect. Oh, it just looks... Yikes. Ted White. So Robert Long, you think there's more than one killer in this movie? Who else do you think is... Who else do you think's doing the killing in this movie, then? I think it's Elias Voorhees? Do you know the dialogue inside out? A lot of it, yeah. A lot of it, yeah. I mean, I've seen this movie a lot. Like I was talking earlier in the film, like when you're standing, like inside this cabin here, which is the main cabin, it's so small to stand inside of, and to think that they had, you know, all these cast members inside, and they had, you know, cameras inside, or a camera inside, and, you know, boom operator, and, you know, Sean Cunningham, and God knows who else. It's very small inside. It's like when I first walked into this cabin, I remember just thinking like, whoa, how'd they get everybody in here? It's just so, I don't know, it just looked so small on the inside. And here's the Blairstown Diner. I love the Blairstown Diner. Love the Blairstown Diner. Good food, good atmosphere. And of course, it's the diner. And if only Steve Christie had just taken this lady here, you know, just went back to her place, or, took her to a motel, showed her the time of her life, he'd still be alive to this day. Yeah. Quite a ladies' man, that Steve Christie, with the mustache and the curly hair. Yeah. Tom Savini was great. Yeah. Did great effects, man. I mean, just think about all the movies he did in the early 80s. Friday the 13th and Maniac and The Burning and The Prowler. Oh, my God. He really ushered in the era of the special effects guy being the star of your movie. Christian Hanna is here. What's up, man? How are you doing? Ethel is helping Mrs. Voorhees. It's shot very well. It looks more like an expensive movie than it is. That's true, Jason. It does, yeah. I mean, they had no money for this movie. And I mean, it looks really good. And I mean, you guys know the story behind this movie too, was that, Cunningham was working on a children's film, and he thought that this children's film that he was working on was going to be his ticket to Hollywood success. And he only did Friday the 13th because, Halloween had been a huge hit and horror was profitable. So he basically told Victor Miller to just rip off Halloween. Let's make this horror movie. Let's make a few bucks to keep the lights on. You know what I mean? So that we can finish up this children's movie and then we'll be set. And this movie became what it became, and the children's movie, whatever happened it. You know what I mean? So this movie's almost like just a happy accident. It's like lightning in a bottle. And it created a phenomena that 40 years later we're still talking about and we still love, and you know what I mean? So Friday the 13th, 1980 is my second favorite, right behind The Final Chapter. Why do critics love Halloween but hate Friday the 13th? Yes, Tom Savini is still with us, Aaron. I mean, that's, Halloween is a little classier than Friday the 13th. I mean, Friday the 13th, I think they're both very, very well-made films. Halloween's a little classier, you know what I mean? Whereas, Friday the 13th is just like, here's some really good kills. And I think that's probably what a lot of people focused on when this movie first came out was, they're like, oh, it's just a trendy body count movie. It's just all about blood and gore and blah, blah, blah. And they discredited the fact that it's a really solid movie. Honestly, do you think that Adrienne King was pretty informative? Yeah. I think she's very pretty in this movie. Yeah, very, very pretty. Hey, Joe Reese, what's up, man? Yes, I have seen Death Dream, AMG. I did a review of Death Dream a couple of years ago. Really good movie. Piers, I love the story you tell when Tom Savini took your money and wasn't going to give you change. Yeah. Yeah. That was an interesting, that was an interesting experience with Mr. Savini. Has everybody heard that story, or should I retell it? Yes, I have met Ari Lehman. I've met Ari Lehman a couple of times, Horror Fruit. The waitress in the diner was in Alice, Sweet Alice? Really? Nice. Retell it. Okay, a lot of people want me to retell it. Okay, so Tom Savini is $20 at conventions. I'll give him credit for that. Maybe he's changed. It's been a couple of years since I last saw him, but every time I've gotten an autograph from Tom Savini, he's just been $20. $20 for the signature, $20 for a photo with him at his table. He's not changed. $20 was the standard 10, 15 years ago. Now everybody's gone up. The standard at conventions now is like $30, $35. Even for kind of your, not A list or B list or even C list kind of people. But he's still $20. So, I mean, I'll give him credit for that. But I had him sign. I don't remember what the poster was. And it was $20. I handed him $100. And now the guy at his table, whoever his friend was at his table, I was wearing a Sausage Factory shirt. And the guy at his table was like, "What's the Sausage Factory?" So I went into my spiel. Well, the Sausage Factory is a live stream movie discussion show with blah, 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 blah. And so the whole time I'm telling his buddy this, Savini's just staring up at me like, "Really? Can you please just leave?" So I handed him the $100 bill for his $20 fee. He took the bill, looked at it, and put it under his table, and then looked at me and just waited for me. And I saw him do this, so I continued. I finished up telling his buddy what the Sausage Factory was. And then I looked at Savini like he was looking at me, like, expectantly. And he goes, "What?" And I go, "My change, please." He goes, "Oh, what?" He reaches under his table into a box and pulls out the $100 bill and goes, "Oh, I thought it was a 20. Oh, so, And then he gave me my change. But, yeah, he didn't think it was a 20. I watched him. He took the bill. He looked at it. He put it under his table. And then he looked at me like, "Are you done? Please move on." But yeah. Jared Parker, what's up? Oh, he's $40 now? Really? So he has gone up. For the longest time, he was just 20. I'm kind of sad that he's gone up. For the longest time, he was 20 when everybody else had gone up. So, I mean, I'll give him credit for keeping the 20 standard for a long time. But if he's jumped up to 40, I mean, he's Tom Savini. He can charge 40. That's fine. He has a bad attitude. Most people who've met him would agree with you. Frightmare in the Falls was charging $100 for Robert Englund's autograph a few years back. Yeah. He ain't cheap. When I met Nurse Jill from Halloween 2, she did the same thing. I gave her a $50 bill, and I took a picture with her, and I had to ask her for the $30 change. Oh, man. That's awkward. Yes, that is true, Horror Fruit. That is true. Maddie Colgan, what's up, man? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Mixie Horror and Pop Culture. Hello, how are you? I agree, Jason. I agree. I mean, I think Lauren put it best. He knows he's horror royalty, and Ooh, what happened? Yeah, so I mean, he knows he's horror royalty, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem like he appreciates his fans, or I don't know. I don't want to go into the psyche of Tom Savini here, but it just seems like I don't know. He thinks he's better than his fans. And I mean, these people are paying him money to meet him. And 99% of the people that I've ever talked to about meeting Tom Savini, they've had a negative encounter with him, or an encounter where they're like, I'll never pay to meet him again. Sting of the Scorpion, what's up, man? How are you doing? I would love to meet Adam Marcus. I met Adam Marcus a couple of years ago. He was very nice. Very, very nice. I told him my story of going to watch Jason Goes to Hell with a church youth group. And he thought that was very funny. You guys have all heard that story, right? Piz, did you say that there's now a Friday gift shop in the downtown area? Well, there's a Friday the 13th museum downtown there in Blairstown. And at the camp, they've got kind of a store where you can buy like copies of Peter Brackey's book, and you can buy, different, stuff. I've been going to conventions since 1998. I've spent so much money on autographs and photos. I'm so over it now. Randall Beatty, what's up, man? How are you doing? I am doing well. Betsy Palmer was so sweet and kind to her fans. I know. Gosh, I would have loved to have met her. That's one of those. I mean, I would have loved to have met her. I would have loved to have met Toby Hooper. I'd love to have met Angus Scrim. But, unfortunately, that will never happen. Destruction TV, hello. I know people who have asked Tom Savini for refunds, or people who, have like thrown money in his face and been like, "Here, you're a jerk. I'll never meet you again." But I mean, I don't want to bash the guy. I mean, his work speaks for itself, And what's funny is if you see him in interviews, or if like you see him from some of the stuff he did back in the day on like the David Letterman show, you'd think he's just like the coolest guy, and then you meet him and it's just like, yeah, what do you want? My autograph? Okay, here, get out of here. Yeah. Take a picture with me? All right, hurry up. All right. Here's my picture face. All right, go on, get out of here. You want change? Really? You want change? Do you know who I am? Really? I could tell some other Tom Savini stories I've heard, but I could get sued. Gunnar Hansen, super nice and super gracious and appreciative. I agree, yeah. Yeah. Now, he was very nice to meet. Again, he gave me the greatest compliment I've ever had in my life. Maybe his success has turned his head. I think so. With the lawsuit still pending, is NECA halting all Friday? Yeah, they've had all Friday the 13th figures halted for a while. Actually, I think the last one that they released was the Part 3 Mother Part 3. That's the last one that they released. And the last one that they're going to release until after all this is over. Yinling number 3. Cheers to you all for tuning in. Yeah, I don't want to meet Andrew Bryanarski. I like Savini and the canoe scene in The Burning. Yeah, that's That's one of the greatest sequences in slasher movie history, as far as I'm concerned. Who is the true Roy Burns, Dick Wien or Tom Morga? Dick Wien. In my book, it's Dick Wien. I don't think Dick Wien ever wore the mask and the jumpsuit, but you know, when I think of Roy, I think of Dick Wien. Oh, I've been requested to tell the story of the last time I was at the camp. Tom Savini was there with Tasso. And all of a sudden, I'm standing around getting autographs from the Friday the 13th people, and I just hear what sounds like a gunshot over my shoulder, followed by another what sounds just like a gunshot. Like I'm thinking somebody's here shooting. I turn around and I look, and Tasso and Tom Savini have got whips, like freaking bull whips, you know, like Indiana Jones whips, and they're just whipping these things around and cracking them, and there's people standing around everywhere, and I'm just thinking like somebody's going to get like an eye taken out, or somebody's going to get hurt, and it's going to be a lawsuit. But I mean, they were just, it looked incredibly dangerous what they were doing with these whips, and they were just cracking and popping around. I just wanted to get like away from the whips. It looked so freaking dangerous. Drop a like in memory of the giggler. Yes, drop a like on the stream in memory of the giggler, please. Kane Hodder is pretty cool to meet as long as he doesn't choke you out. I was standing in line for Kane Hodder one time, and he had these fans in front. There were these fans in front of me, and I guess they were just having like a fanboy moment or something. They were just freaking out meeting him, and they were asking just the dumbest questions. And Kane could have just been like, okay, enough guys, go on. I've got people waiting, get out of here. You know what I mean? He just sat there with a smile on his face and answered these dumb questions, and just, you know, was just super nice to these kids. So I don't know. He got a lot of points in my book for just being, you know what I mean? He didn't have to do that. He could have just been like, okay, here's your autograph. And honestly, I don't know if they were even paid for anything. They were just chewing his ear off about, you know, so what's it like to play Jason? You know, they were just like dumb questions like that. But, you know, they were kind of fanboying out, and they were nervous, and he was just really good with them. Whereas he could have been the opposite. Would Vin Diesel be a good Jason? Wow, that's a question. I don't know. Savini is an expert with the bullwhip and an expert fencer. Yeah, he is a expert fencer, I do believe. I've heard that. What if we never get a part 7 and 8 NECA figure? We will eventually. It'll happen eventually. Kane will usually have a drink with you after the show. Well, I mean, that's cool. Parts 3 through 5, the production moved to the West Coast. Those films had a different look. Agree? Yes. You can tell just from looking at like the wooded areas that it's just different. You know, like this part of, you know, the country has a very distinctive look as far as the woods are concerned. Then yes, I think 3 and 4 still have like a very dark, ominous atmosphere, but you can tell that they were not filmed, you know what I mean, on the East Coast. You can tell that they weren't filmed in the same area as the first one, or even the second one, really. Would Kane from WWE be a good Jason? No, I don't think so. Piz, do you see the fan film starring CJ Graham as the last four? He's a bit disappointed. Yes, you mean Vengeance. Yes, I have seen Vengeance. I mean, I was a little disappointed with it too. I mean, I wish it wasn't. They shouldn't have made it feature length. They should have kept it just to like an hour at the most, I think. Making it feature length, they just padded it out with basically it just turns into a gonzo slasher movie. Just, you know what I mean? Enormous body count with just nothing going on. But that's just my opinion. If I was the director of a new Jason movie, I would engage a former wrestler to be Jason. I think part of the reason why Kane Hodder is so memorable as Jason is because Kane Hodder wasn't just a stunt guy. Kane Hodder was also an actor. Whereas before they just hired stuntmen to play Jason. With Kane Hodder, he was an actor and a stuntman. So, I mean, he approached it from the point of view of an actor more so than from a stunt guy. So, I mean, I think that's why he brought so much personality to Jason in those films. Thank you, Mick. You're about to find Bill. You're going to discover that Bill's had a very bad night. He's got he's got an arrow in his eye, an arrow in his neck. His throat is slit. He's got an arrow in like his stomach and an arrow in his crotch. So Mrs. Voorhees went ham on him. Like Mrs. Voorhees she had a lot of pin-up anger that she took out on poor Bill. Kane didn't charge my buddy for his autograph because my buddy was wearing a USMC shirt. Kane thanked him for her service and signed his photo and took a pic with him. Now that's cool. That's very cool of Kane. Matt Buddy from Slaughterhouse passed away. I did not know that. Ronnie Yu is the reason why Kane Hodder was not cast in Freddy vs. Jason. Ronnie Yu wanted Frankenstein instead of Jason. So he got a big, tall actor and basically told him to just be Frankenstein. That was it. So. Biz, what is your favorite weapon used?
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Jess Graham, thank you for the $2 super chat. Appreciate that. Love the live commentaries and Jeremy time. Thank you. Well, thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Favorite weapon used out of the Friday the 13th movies? Good one. How about like that weird, weed whacker thing or whatever he used to kill Dr. Cruz? in part 7. That's just such an odd weapon for Jason to like find in a, you know. Could you imagine like Jason walking into like that tool shed and finding that thing and being like, whoa, just having him looking at it like, you know, amazed at what a great killing machine this would be. Nick to Blitzed. Are you a fan of the Firefly family trilogy? Yeah, actually I am. Yeah. I like House of a Thousand Corpses. I like The Devil's Rejects, and I thought 3 from Hell was pretty entertaining. Who was more rude when meeting him, Felddog or Chris Sarandon? It'd have to be Felddog. And I always have to say, the first time I met Feldman, he was very nice. The second time I met Feldman, it was the complete opposite. Three from Hell was as good as it could be. I've been here for a month or two. Been meaning to stop in. Oh, well, thank you, Nick. Yeah, I mean, 3 from Hell was probably as good as it could have been. You're right. I thought 3 from Hell was perfectly entertaining. Are the best horror protagonist Mummy's boys? Jason, Norman, Lionel from Brain Dead, Dead Alive, Henry, etc. Oh no, that's a good point, Andrew. That's a good point. Who weed eats with a saw blade? I know, those are some serious weeds. Those are some serious weeds. And there is the great Betsy Palmer. I remember when I was a kid, I was watching this movie, and like my mom walked into the living room where I was watching it, and she goes, "Is that Betsy Palmer? What is she doing in this crap?" So for those of you who don't know, Betsy Palmer back in the day was kind of a starlet. She was a big deal. She dated, oh Jesus, what's his name? From Rebel Without a Cause. Oh geez, why can't I think of his name? I've completely blanked on his name, but she was a big deal. She was a starlet, and then she became like a TV personality. James Dean, thank you, Sting of the Scorpion. Yeah, she dated James Dean. So I mean, she was kind of a big deal, and she was very, very beautiful in her day. Very, very beautiful. So that was how my mother knew her. So seeing her in Friday the 13th now, my mom was like, "Whoa, she's, you know." She must be in financial problems or something like that. But I just remember my mom going, "What is she doing in this crap?" And of course, you guys know the story. The only reason she did this movie is because her favorite car, I forget what model it was, broke down. So they offered her the exact amount of money that it would cost her to buy a new car, the same car. That's the only reason why she did this film. She basically did this movie for a car. But, I mean, she delivers a really good performance, I think. She goes from being sweet and like, "Hey, you know, I'm here to help," to, "Yeah, I'm going to kill you." You know, she does that really well. She plays both very well. And, you know, as a female killer, I believe that she could do what she's supposed to have done in this film. You know what I mean? She's not like a dainty little flower. You know, I mean, she looks like a tough, gruff woman who, if she wanted to kill you, whether you're a man or a woman, she could probably kill you. Palmer only did it for the money. She hated this. Yes, she hated the script. She didn't think anybody would ever see the movie, and she needed a car. And for a long time, she distanced herself from Friday the 13th also. It wasn't really until later in life that she kind of embraced it. Look what you did to him. One of the great story, Peter Brackey, when he interviewed her for the book, after he got done interviewing her for the book, she sent him cookies. Mrs. Voorhees sent him homemade cookies. I don't think I would have eaten them. I think I would have tried to, like, I don't know, preserve them somehow and be like, you know, look, these are Mrs. Voorhees homemade cookies. If she'd sent them to me, they'd be in like a tinfoil thing, like in a freezer somewhere, you know, preserved. Would you like to see Jason's dad in a future movie? No, we don't need him. We don't need Jason's dad. When she gives her speech in the cabin, it always gives me chills. She's good, man. She's good. I'd like to see Rob Zombie remake Clockwork Orange. Oh, Matt. Oh, Matt. This movie scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. I can't believe it. Yeah, Midnight Geek. I think House of a Thousand Corpses is my favorite Rob Zombie film. Honestly, I really like House of a Thousand Corpses. That to me is a Rob Zombie film. Just crazy, insane, just out there kind of movie. Betsy gave it her all. Yeah, I definitely agree, Matt. She did not just kind of show up and do nothing. I mean, she, you know, she hated the script and she was doing this for a car, you know what I mean? But she brought her game, you know? She brought her A game. Matt Middleton, hello, how are you? Yeah, Mr. Shatsy, that's an interesting point. You know, Manfredini says it's not ch ha ha ha, it's k ma ma ma. But I mean, if you listen to it, it's ch ha ha ha. You know what I mean? But I'll take Mr. Manfredini's word for it. Funny Harry Manfredini story. I met him at a convention. It was so really nice guy. But it was funny because I walked up to his table and the very first thing he said to me was, "What's your shirt size?" And he started digging through these shirts. And I was like, and he handed me like a shirt and he was like, "Here." And like there was no, I was buying the shirt. There was no two ways about it. I was buying that shirt from Harry Manfredini. He wasn't going to give me an out. I had a shirt. He had a shirt in a large size. It was mine. So I bought the shirt from Harry Manfredini. I didn't want it, but I bought it because I felt like I had to. Yeah. He totally Jedi mind tricked me on that one. Yes, that's true, Jason. Betsy Palmer is in part 2. I have not received a ship date for the Rad Blu-ray yet. Do I still have the shirt? Yes, I still have the shirt somewhere. Rad will ship when the halfway to Black Friday is done. Okay. I still need to pre-order the Rad Blu-ray. Yeah, Movie Music Man. Yeah. I'm looking forward to checking that out. Do I like The Murder of Kevin Bacon? Of course. It's great. What was the picture on the shirt? It was like the part 2 Friday the 13th poster. It just had like the outline of Jason holding the axe. And that may have been it. That may have been it. Just the outline holding the axe. I think that was it. I've not worn that shirt in a long time, but I still have it somewhere. Have I heard Betsy's backstory she gave Mrs. Voorhees? It's in her interview with Movie Geeks United. I don't think so. I don't believe I have. You should watch a film called The Children. It's the exact same score, but a lot of Manfredini's scores sound pretty much exactly the same. If you've seen his score for if you've heard his score for Slaughter High, sounds a lot like this. He did a score for what's the other movie he did a score for? It's right on the tip of my tongue, but it's basically Hills Have Eyes 2. The Hills Have Eyes 2 score is pretty much Friday the 13th. Guys, I'm going to have to pause it and make another run to the bathroom. The curse has hit me again. I am at 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 18 seconds. If anybody wants to catch up, or if anybody has joined late, 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 18 seconds. I will be back very, very shortly. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I've not even drank 3 full beers, and I've gone to the bathroom twice within not even 90 minutes. That only happens to me with beer. If it was liquor, I don't know. It wouldn't happen. It only happens to me with beer. It's weird. I don't know. But I'm at 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 18 seconds. We're in the home stretch here. It's Alice versus Mrs. Voorhees. And things are about to get heady, put it that way. All right, 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 18 seconds. Going to restart it in 3, 2, 1. What do I consider to be the first slasher film? I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the first contemporary slasher film. It's the slasher film that created the archetype that pretty much every slasher movie's followed since. But, I mean, you could go back to Psycho. You could go back to Peeping Tom. Although I kind of think those movies are more serial killer movies than slasher movies, but a lot of people say Psycho's the first slasher film. A lot of people say Peeping Tom is the first slasher film, but I consider those more serial killer films than slashers. Yes, I was not a fan of the Black Christmas remake, Johnny. Not a fan at all. Let's see, we've got 80 people watching on YouTube right now, and we've got 86 likes on the stream. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I would definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we've got 6 people watching over on Twitch. Thank you guys for tuning in over on Twitch. So we're on the beach. And what's funny, too, is standing on the beach of the lake here, or the shore, or whatever you want to call it. Again, it's so tiny. And to think that, the ultimate horror movie, Cat Fights, took place in this area, in this tiny area, is like mind blowing when you're standing there thinking like, how small it is. And they're actually like really fighting here, because Adrian King has said that Betsy Palmer was not playing around. So when she's like pulling her hair, when she's choking her, when she's hitting her, she was not pulling punches. She was seriously choking. Like right here, she pulls her hair, and you can see Adrian scream. That's like real. She's not acting there. Betsy Palmer was really manhandling her. Here we go. Here we go. The beheading. Whack. There it goes. You can see the toothpicks that held the head on. And of course, that's Tasso's hairy hands as Mrs. Voorhees. So funny. So funny. I actually took a picture with Mrs. Voorhees' head. I had a picture of me and Adrian King holding Mrs. Voorhees' head, the Mrs. Voorhees' head that like Tom Savini has just had in his closet or something for all these years. And this is really, really beautiful music here. This closing music for the film, absolutely beautiful. How big is the real lake? It's good size. I mean, it's a good size lake. It's a very good size lake. I've actually got some of the lake water in vials back there in my Friday the 13th shrine. The jump scare, yes, the jump scare is coming. I remember watching this movie with my girlfriend, and she just kind of watched it, didn't really have a whole lot to say. And then when it gets to this jump scene here, oh my God, she just like jumped a mile high. I mean, I'm surprised her head didn't hit the ceiling. I remember we were telling Ari Lehman about that when we met him at a convention, about how that scene freaked her out. But this is just such a, of course, I mean, they kind of copied Carrie with this ending, but I mean, such beautiful photography here. The music is beautiful. And then just out of nowhere, here comes Jason. Great stuff. Now, what's funny is in Victor Miller's original screenplay, the movie ends differently here. In Victor Miller's original screenplay, the entire movie is told from Alice's point of view, like while she's in the hospital. It's like she's telling the cops the story. And at the end of the film, after she's killed Mrs. Voorhees, she walks out into the woods, and like all of the bodies of everybody is hanging from a tree, and they all open their eyes, and we realize that it's her, she's told the story from her perspective throughout the film. So I thought that was kind of interesting. That was kind of interesting. Of course, they changed it here, but they ended it the way that it should have been ended. The boy, is he dead too? The boy, Jason. Jason, in the lake, the one who tracked me, the one who took me under the water. Man, we didn't find any boy. Take care of that one cosplay guy. Thanks for tuning in, man. Have a great one. Yeah, she does have very pretty eyes. Then he's still there. And I'm sure most of you guys have heard that Adrienne King, shortly after this film was released, she dealt with a stalker for quite a while. There it is. And what was great when we were watching this film at the camp in front of the lake is that everybody just stood up and applauded at the end. It was so good. So good. So there it is. There it was. Friday the 13th. The original Friday the 13th. A great film. Great movie. Unfortunately, I think it's really slept on. But, just incredibly well made, well written, great effects, great characters, great stuff. Great stuff. So what do you guys think? Friday the 13th. The PlayStation 9. Thank you for cheering, man. I appreciate that. I got to go now. I hope you appreciate the bits and hope you're still having fun with your commentary. Thank you, PlayStation 9. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the bits. And have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for the bits. Review Luther the Geek. I've not seen Luther the Geek. Great movie. And the legend continues. As a fan Easter egg, they should put a Jason tombstone out in the forest for people to stumble upon. That'd be funny, Gabe. That'd be funny. I never get tired of Friday the 13th. Me neither, Horde. I never get tired of Friday the 13th. Oh, goodness gracious. It never gets old. No, it never gets old. Movie Music Man 75. Never gets old. That was fun. I appreciate this film more now than I did as a child. Yep. I agree, Jason. I agree. Whenever I see a Friday the 13th credits, it gets so emotional and nostalgic. Yeah, same here. I'd say the original is my favorite in the series, despite there only being a brief glimpse of the boy Jason at the end of the film. Because you should get wasted and do live reactions to horror trailers. Oh, goodness gracious. When is Mask review coming? What Mask review? I've got a Michael Myers mask unboxing and giveaway coming very soon. And actually tomorrow I'll be announcing the winner of the Tenebrae Blu-ray from my last mail day video with Jeremy. So if you guys have not entered the giveaway for the Tenebrae Blu-ray, go comment on the last mail day video I did with Jeremy and tell me what your favorite Giallo movie is. So, Piers, where is Alice supposed to be during the beginning of part 2? Has Peter ever verified? Where is Alice during the beginning of part 2? I mean, she's just in her home. She's just at her house, still dealing with the trauma of being, the last survivor of Friday the 13th. Tenebrae Blu-ray. Say that 3 times fast. Tenebrae Blu-ray. Tenebrae Blu-ray. Tenebrae Blu-ray. It's not easy. They are making a new Texas Chainsaw film, Horror Fruits. John Lovitz, being a great Jason. I think so. I think he would. You want to see me react to Cannibal Holocaust? Joe Bob's next film up is Inferno. I've never seen this one with 80 other fans. I'm a little choked up. That's awesome, Nico. Yeah, that was fun, man. That was a lot of fun. That was really cool. Yeah, it had a really nice turnout tonight too, so I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys all tuned in to hang out and talk about Friday the 13th. We've still got 73 people watching. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I would appreciate it. We've got 6 people watching over on Twitch, so thank you guys for tuning in over on Twitch. Hey Piz, have you heard of a new Friday the 13th Blu-ray box set? I have, but it's only speculation at this point. Only rumors, nothing confirmed. Do you think Arrow does better releases than Scream Factory? I noticed the picture looks better on a lot of the same titles SF releases. I don't know. They both do really good releases. I mean, I'm a fan of both companies. Do you presume Never Hike in the Snow will be out before October? Yeah, I think so. It's done. I was talking to I can't believe I've forgotten his first name. Mr. DeSanti, recently, and he said the film's done. It's in the can. Now just comes the process of editing it. So I would think it'll be out before October, but I mean, I don't know. I'm psyched for the upcoming Graveyard Shift release. Yeah, I think Jeremy is too. Jeremy loves Graveyard Shift. Myers masks. Yeah, I've got a unboxing and a giveaway of a Myers mask coming up very, very soon. Vincente DeSanti. Yes, Toronto Freddy. I could not think of his first name. Vincente DeSanti. So yeah, the movie, it's in the can. They just have to edit it, and it should be ready to go. Hopefully soon. I'm looking forward to it. Zach Livingston, good night, man. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Do you think Alice's house is in New Jersey? And do you think close to the camp in part 2? It must be, because, I mean, Jason walked there. He walked there with a sack on his head, carrying his mother's head So, I mean, I would assume that it was pretty close, because I don't think he could, take a bus in his tater sack carrying his mother's head with him, or a cab or a plane. So it had to be, within walking distance. You're going to throw in a new beginning now? Shit in the Halloween Kills trailer be coming soon? Well, I mean, you would think we would get the first teaser here pretty soon, but I don't know. I mean, I think the release of that movie is still kind of up in the air. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Do a watch along for Madman. I want to see you make for the hot tub scene and that ditzy girl at the end. Oh God, that girl at the end. That girl. The ditzy girl. Oh man, I love her. She's just throughout the whole movie. She's just like, and her death scene is just so. Oh God. Yes, that would be a good watch. That would be a good live commentary for Madman. I may have to put that. Yeah, that'd be a good one. I think the next watch along is going to be Plan 9 from Outer Space. That should be fun. That'll be a fun watch along. Apparently Halloween Kills has the most kills of any Halloween movie. Yeah, I've heard it's supposed to be a bloodbath. "39 years ago today, The Burning was released in theaters. Going to finish watching that when you're done streaming." The Burning. Love that movie. Piz, you need to check out Bag Boy Lover Boy by Severin Films. It's like a Napoleon Dynamite slasher. Wow, nice. My biggest fear is that Halloween Kills will have the time and gore of Rob Zombie. I hope not. I don't think it will. I mean, I think it'll be, it's going to be bloody and gory, but I don't know if they'll tonally, it'll be like Rob Zombie's Halloween. I certainly hope not. Was that girl even in anything besides Dawn of the Dead and Mad Men? Oh, you mean what's her name? She actually used a different name in Mad Men than she used in Dawn of the Dead. But yeah, she was in Creep Show. Galen Ross, yes, exactly, Galen Ross. Thank you, Singing the Scorpion. Yeah, she used a different name in Mad Men, but yeah, she was also in Creep Show. I don't know what else other than that, though. Just put part 2 on to watch. Do I like the vampire movie Graveyard Shift? It's been so long since I last saw that movie, Joe. I don't remember a whole lot about it. Anthony, you're going to watch The Wind Blu-ray. Nice. Very nice. She was a casting director or something on Day of the Dead. Oh, cool. I did not know that. Sing the Scorpion. Yes, Jerry, I agree. I hope Halloween Kills is better than the 2018 film. I hope Halloween Kills is good. I really, really do. I really, really do. Let's see. We've been going for almost 2.5 hours. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching Friday the 13th with me. Celebrating the 40th anniversary of the film. I love this movie so much. It was great hanging out with you guys and watching it and talking about it. It was a lot of fun. Still got 72 people watching over on YouTube. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, I appreciate it. And we've got 7 people watching over on Twitch. 8 people watching over on Twitch. So thank you guys for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a stream there. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me give some shout outs here. Sting of the Scorpion, Movie Music Man 75, PlayStation 9, Mr. Shatsy, Nick 2 Blitzed. Let's see who else was with me. Maddie Colgan, Big Crack Rock, Horror Nerd 13, NV Davler, Peter Bark, Triple OG Banana. Thank you guys for tuning in over on Twitch. I appreciate it. Let's see who's still with me over here on YouTube. Dave Vanderhoff, thank you for tuning in. AMG, Jason Roberts, Jeff Sheeran, my buddy Chris, Crystal Lake Counselor 1977, Jerry L., Robert Long, Joe Reese, Anthony O'Donnell, Entertainment Wizard, Brian Trash, Toronto Freddy, Horror Fruit, Matt, Gabe K. Okla, DJ Donley, Jesse Yarborough, Smoke Mist, Ryan Herman, Nico, my buddy Nico. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me give some shout outs here to the super chats. Thank you, Nico, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you, TJFF, for the 99-cent super chat. Thank you, Hef TV, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Toronto Freddy, for the $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Nightmare Files, for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Gabe K. Okla, for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Dave Vanderhoff, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Chuck E. Yeet, for the $1.99 super chat. And thank you, Jess Graham, for the $2 super chats. And over on Twitch, thank you, Big Crack Rock, for the 2 gifted subs tonight. Thank you, YOLO Swaggins, or Baconator YOLO Swaggins, for subscribing. I appreciate that. And thank you, the PlayStation 9, for the bits. I appreciate that very, very much. So, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was a lot of fun. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And the next watch-along will be Plan 9 from Outer Space. So that will be a lot of fun. Keep your eyes peeled for that one. And until then, have a great night. A great weekend. And we'll see you again real soon. Peace.